morning everyone, my name is Wes Burrow from COX Architecture and we feel privileged to kick off the sustainability presentations this morning with Wurriki Nyal, which is a civic precinct in Geelong, which means speak and talk together, really reinforcing the intent for this project to be a central meeting place for the community of Geelong. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land which we meet today, and pay my respects to their elders past and present, and also to acknowledge the general collaborative effort of the broader project team. The precinct is a collection of 3 buildings and public space in between. We have a 2-storey heritage building restored to its original footprint. We have the Wurriki Nyal building, which is 6 storeys that houses the council offices, and a 12-storey commercial building which frames the precincts and addresses some of the neighbouring developments to the north. The site is located in central Geelong, connecting the train station with the northern waterfront precinct, the eastern CBD shopping precinct, and southern arts precinct. The site has an awkward geometry, both in plan and in section, with 137 the original competition site, with 4, 6 and 8 added to allow a connection to the north to Bayley Street, and 151 added to increase the public realm. Geelong has a rich heritage, which we're able to draw on for inspiration of the design, becoming a key line running through the site. 5 key driving principles for the design: establish a new civic space for Geelong, amalgamate 7 council offices into 1 building and 1 workplace, employ best practice sustainability befitting of Australia's only UNESCO City of Design, integrate Aboriginal art and culture, and invest in the new mass timber industry. The design idea is simple: establish a public platform that's accessible to all, activate that with a podium that can host events, and place the vibrant workplace atop. Stage 1 of the master plan is now complete. It sees the establishment of 151 Mercer Street, the public landscape, and Wurriki Nyal. With stage 2 set to come online in 2024, which is the establishment of the commercial buildings to the west. The site and buildings have multiple access points with the vehicular and pedestrian movements separated so they don't cross over. With permeability a big consideration for the project, establishing a north-south link through the site with the new Bayley laneway, and an east-west link connecting Wurriki Street through Wurriki Nyal to Mercer Street beyond. The landscape has some notable features such as a relocated Indigenous scar tree, yarning circle, native planting selected by the traditional owners, canopy trees to reduce the mid-island effect, shaded undercroft seating areas, and other elements. The council building itself can pretty much be understood in 3 segments. We have the public ground floor, the invited public realm on podium, and the private offices above. It's a 6-star Green Star building with excellent NatHERS energy, water and waste ratings, with sustainable features such as solar energy collection, rainwater collection, which is reused throughout the building. The ground floor materiality is of a brick masonry material to reference the heritage buildings of Geelong that made at the site, with the office tower having a high-performance, thermally broken double-glazed facade that skirts around the perimeter of the building. The structure is a hybrid structure, with the ground floor and podium being concrete construction, and then mass timber construction up to level 4, and a lightweight steel structure above for the roof. The mass timber allows for about a 1/3 or 32% reduction in embodied energy about the building, as well as being sustainable material. Here we can see the skin being overlaid on the mass structure. Large flat roof area allows for 140 kilowatt solar panel array, which provides for about 25% of the building's electricity supply. So one of the key factors of this building is that it has 3 street frontages. Here we see the southeast Mercer Street entry, the southwest Mercer Street arrival, where on the west facade you can see these perforated shade fins with Aboriginal artwork integrated into the design. We have the northern Bayley Street entry, which leads into Bayley Lane, and Wurriki Street, which leads to the Civic Heart and to the main entry of the building. Stepping inside the building, we continue that connection with country, with the colours selected by the traditional owners. The basement is host for a car park, plant and end-of-trip facilities, with the ground floor being the public realm and public amenities. Where you come into a 6-storey atrium, we continue that exterior brick material cover through the building, expose the structure, reference an industrial heritage dematerialisation of the building. Ground floor is also home to the Customer Service Centre, which provides different meeting opportunities to meet with council. And then off the atrium is also the foyer that leads to the levels above. When we get to the podium level, which is the invited public realm, there's a large multi-purpose space, an informal foyer that connects down to the ground floor. We move up to the workplace on levels 1, 2 and 3, and we have the workstation set around the perimeter of the building, maximising access to natural light, and the meeting room is placed within the centre parts of the building and a core position to the west to reduce heat load. To connect the north and south zones of the building, we have a central hub for collaborative working and meeting, which has a T-point on each level. We have wide access ways throughout the workplace that lead to an open plan office work floor with views out to the city and park, and breakout areas along the perimeter. The meeting room has a pod language that fits underneath the timber structure and features an Aboriginal artwork for privacy decals, which is also repeated in the stairwells on level going from ground to level 4, connecting all the floors. Level 4 is a combination of both plant and office, where we continue the timber materiality and expose the structural steel columns, and has a large informal dining space that opens out to a terrace, looks out to the greater city of Geelong.